bring that, they're gonna have to start bringing more old buses out eventually, because the 2001s are starting to have issues.
Oh, is that right?
They're older though. They're the oldest buses we have.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would cancel 1-4, eh? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, when I do my 20, him and I are at this 78th Avenue together, quarter after 8. And there was about 30 kids here waiting for his bus this morning when there was no bus.
I don't get Calgary Transit.
I know, that's crazy.
Like a load of 30 kids, he's gonna have a full bus.
Yeah, the next guy coming is going to have 4 kids. And yeah. Because when I finish my work, I usually take that 4 down and walk across to my car. Well, this morning I can't because he's not there, so it was either wait 28 minutes for another one, or bring the 301 down and then wait for the 38. So
At least the 301 runs more frequently, right? So that's pretty SHIT if you ask me.
well, if you check on the transit app, there's a whole bunch of parks where the buses aren't running.
I don't understand that.
No.
Something.
That just happened on Friday afternoon, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, if you got 30 kids at the bus stop, that makes no sense. You should just resume regular service like last sign up. The only thing I can think of is a driver thing or something.
Yeah, I don't know how many drivers were upset. I really don't know.
It doesn't seem right. It's very fishy. So there was 30 kids there this morning. Wow. And then here's another thing. What if it's minus 30 again? Then you haven't...
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah. And like you can't dispatch an Arctic because they're all being used, a lot of them. And what would that bus have to come out of? Stony or VP? There's no other option. Can't take one out of Spring because they don't have any there. I'm gonna... So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Oh, imagine that Route 5 with not that extra bus. And you know that Fort bus you have, that's the trip where it gets really busy.
Well, yeah.
He's gonna have like 60 people on there.
Oh, easily. And now school's back, it's going to be on work. So, yeah, I don't know.
But they haven't reduced the 3. You can't do that. Or the 301. The 301 and 3 would be too packed if you did that. Like in a morning run, there's about 8-9 buses on there. 11 buses. But then during rush hour, there could be 16 at a time on that route. And a lot of the buses that do a school run, then go and do a 3 or out of Spring Gardens. I feel sorry for that driver who's gonna get the load of people. Because there's no other bus behind it when there's supposed to be 4, there's only 3.
Well, yeah, there's no other alternative to go anywhere, so yeah.
What did you do on New Year's Eve?
Absolutely nothing. There's a red
Did you go to bed at 10:30, you said?
Yeah. I was tired.
I slept 10 hours last night.
Wow. You didn't go to bed at 5 o'clock this morning.
I actually went to bed at 2:30. That's And you know what? By not having that extra bus on the Route 405, kids who want it are late for school.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Like they can be delayed by 15 minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up.
No. Let's look into it today, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Imagine if you did that to the Route 3, how busy it would be. I wouldn't want to go on that sign up. Good thing about this route, you don't get the standing loads like you used to.
No.
You stop right by where the 22 goes, don't ya?
Oh, it's all changed downtown. Yeah, because of the. They got road. The first street's closed. Remember on the Route 5 and they had the detours in because the glass fell out of the building?
Oh, yeah.
They've still got it all closed up.
Wasn't that fun going on the Route 5, seeing someone in the bus trap?
Oh, okay.
I thought to myself, have fun getting out. Speaking of last trip, this is your last leg right here.
22 left for Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go and grab breakfast after you're done the 20?
No, yeah, I got one.
Yeah. The 300, the last one I know, runs till about 12:30, I think. Oh, you want to know something? I wanted to tell you. One day, they put a bus out of VP on this route.
Oh, really?
Yup. It might have been a standby driver and they couldn't get a bus out of Spring, right?
Okay.
Sometimes that does happen if you're on standby. You take a bus out of VP
Yeah.
and put it on a route you never see a VP bus. That's a super rare occurrence. When I saw that, I was shocked. But sometimes they have to do
Well, that's
that.
right, yeah.
Like, who knows, it could have been a bus out of Stony on this route too one day. For a while there, I don't know if they still are, VP was having a fleet shortage this year.
Oh, is that right?
Because buses were being worked on. One day they sent an Arctic on the 52A, a shuttle key. They did it once last year. I couldn't believe it. You stop where 302 stops as well. I did a lot of Spring Gardens keys on the weekends on that route.
Oh, did that?
The 302 is nice when it's not busy.
I like the 302.
But you don't get that shuttle bus, right? You always get a big bus.
No, I like doing the 302. It's all oh, I just got so weird.
He's sitting here and he's off. The buses get clean, but this bus looks dirt, but it's been out on the road and it's slushy, right? You know why he's probably sitting there? He's probably a spare board driver or something. That might be Route 1 up ahead, eh, or something.
There every day.
Drivers that have to deal with extra load now because they took buses off must be extra mad because of this. And what if you can't fit all the people and then they have to wait for the next one? There's another issue there. I have a quote for Calgary Transit. You can go, but it's Calgary Transit. And to make things worse, I found out this news from you this morning. I go on Calgary Transit Twitter, and there was track issues this morning.
There was what?
Track issues with one side of the C-train platform.
Oh, is that right?
On the blue line, going westbound to 69th Street.
Oh, okay.
So they were all going, instead of going 69th Street direction, they were all having to turn in and do single tracking.
Oh, boy.
From Shaganaphy Point all the way to 69.
Oh, no way.
I shouldn't be surprised though, really.
Wow.
Do you relieve the same driver every day?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people will be giving angry emails to Calgary Transit. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you take an extra bus off? There was no reason for it.
I don't know.
But be prepared for emails.
Oh,
And phone calls.
it was a stupid move. Yeah, they should never have done it.
And like, that doesn't make sense. Express routes are probably still going. School runs are going.
Yeah.
Jeez. And they rate our system #1 in North America, not after this. And you worked with them for years, so you know what it's like.
Yeah, because they don't get harassed by the people waiting at the bus stop where the bus isn't coming. It's the poor drivers that get harassed.
Well, it's supposed to be, and then with that extra bus not being on there, that scheduled bus, they're gonna have to wait, what, 5 normally runs, what, every 20 minutes?
Yeah, now I hear 20 minutes,
You're not the supervisor, so, or the thing who does trips and everything, so, like, I mean, schedule.
yeah, I really honestly don't know who's sitting down and what, but yeah. Certainly was a correct move, that's
And a lot of students will be complaining, and what if it goes down to -30 and dips down? We're still in January, eh? That still could happen. And if you're gonna be an hour late for school every day, you muscle not, you know, you muscle do homeschooling for,
yeah, you love them to do it online.
yeah. If I was a student an hour late every day, I would not be happy. You think I would want to go in there? Well, it's Calgary Transit's fault, teacher. That would be kind of embarrassing to say every day. You know what I'd do? Say if I didn't want your bus, I'd put my hand in front and wave ya.
Thank you so much.
I felt like I just got on with you.
Pardon?
Felt like I just got on with you.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the 4's there yet. All I can say is that's gonna be so much fun. They still have to put their rush hour trains out. You can't cut that. And like routes like the 145 Skyview, they need extra buses. Because on the 145, you know that route from Saddletown to Skyview? Yeah, it's so busy during rush hour.
All day.
Yeah. But I mean, especially when the kiddos get out, you can't cut that route.
That bus is busy all day.
That might be the 5 there. Or no, it might be, yeah. I might be back on later in the week. And let's just say, no, I'm not coming on for all 6 trips.
I've only got one.
No, but I mean 6 trips, or
All the time.
I mean
Yeah, I know.
through the day. If you want me to wake up at 5 in the morning.
You're just going to bed.
I've actually been pretty good. I've been going 2:30 and 3 the last couple nights. Well, the cold, when I was out in the cold, it made me so tired, so. Alright, I'll see you later.
Well, you know, be there, my friend.
You'll be done in about 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah. All about work out.
Really not, because you have to wait for the 4, right?
No, my car's up there.
Yeah.
Once I'm done, I'm going home.
Thank goodness you can park there, because if you park, you know, when you relieved your driver on the 5, that would be, you would have to wait for the Route 4, and there's no 4th bus.
No.
And if you're gonna do that, you must will not have sign up and put 3 Spearboard on there.
Yeah, that's it.
Because that's not fair to the drivers who signed on it.
No.
And they just transit just calls you, say no work for you, your bus is
Your run's been canceled.
yeah.
You're gonna come to the garage. The one drive, he hasn't gone to the garage in 17 years or something. He's been at the transit 32 years.
Wow.
He's been on the road. He hasn't driven his car to work. And this morning he had to go to work and drive to the transit to the garage.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just crazy.
It throws a wrench in everything when they
Well, apparently he'd been on the same run for 7 years, so, yeah, and then it got canceled, so yeah, it's just crazy.
and what if it's a popular run too? That's the thing as well. Always I'm thinking about your other run right now you used to do. You would be jammed in there right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're just better.
Well, they still have to put extra trains on because of school kids. They can't not do that. Pardon?
Last week it was a skating rink. It was just brutal.
Yeah. No wonder buses were breaking down. And they could give you any one and it would break.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the old trains in the cold. They were probably struggling. I was on a few and you could just hear them trying to keep it together. If they want things to get overloaded and packed, transit's going the right way about it with the buses. A lot of emails are going to be coming in. was waiting for you. It was windy.
Oh, was it?
Well, the Chinook, right? The Chinook we are having.
Oh, it's pretty windy out now. Holy smokes.
I can hear it from inside the bus. Well, I guess if I ever want to take the 5, I guess I'm going to have to use Transit 55 wisely and just pick one and go close to that. So I don't have to wait for so long.
Well, that's it. So use that other one too, and then you go to the bus again, you gotta be running.
Yeah. And they give you the times and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Calgary Transit, great start to 2022. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, there's a few people that have it too. I don't blame you.
At least they didn't cut the 3. When this first all started, they stopped dispatching Arctics, didn't they?
Yeah, because they were getting the people and then they stopped.
But for C-train replacement in May 2020, on May long weekend, they had a few out.
Yes.
You never see Arctics on C-train shuttle much anymore.
No, because the buses, if they do it on weekends, the buses come out of Spring Gardens.
Yeah. But maybe for that one weekend that they needed a few Arctics on the shuttle routes. And they didn't cut this route, thank goodness.
No.
But it only runs every half an hour. 20 runs every what? 20 minutes or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Who knows, there might be school kids waiting there when we get back.
Oh, yeah. That'll be probably pretty good, I would imagine.
Because the 4 that they normally get, that's the load. It's like you when you get downtown. Pardon?
Go to that one, yeah.
Pardon? What did you say?
I said I'm gonna go that one.
Oh, yeah. It's probably, if they can get to the 3, it'll take a little longer. They'll like say, oh, well, the hell with it. I'll just take the number 3. Well, nice to see you.
I'm surprised for my Monday afternoon at work.
We were wondering, he's like, where's Ethan? Where's Ethan? Where
I
could...
wondered where you were.
I would have came out last week, but it was way too cold. Did you have to get any change offs in that time? I'm surprised because it was happening all over the city. Luckily, you got lucky. Must be close to McKnight and that or something. Is this McKnight or? Yeah. Oh, remember that one night we were on the 5? How much traffic there was?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was because of that damn accident.
Yes.
Oh, if you had an older bus, I would really feel the brakes. I would say the heaters in these were better than the old ones when it was cold, because the old heaters were functioning but they were blowing cold air.
These ones actually work really good.
Oh yeah, you're not going to the airport. You're almost done here.
Yeah.
This is a nice way to finish off though.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And you only have to go to you come from the garage in the morning, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at the garage once a day and that's at 5 o'clock in the morning.
And it doesn't matter because you live so close to Spring
Yeah.
that your car is really close to you.
Yeah.
You could literally walk to the garage if you wanted in the summertime.
Oh, it's a little bit too far. It might take a while.
Oh, it is windy.
It is, yeah.
Oh, but relieved by the same driver every day?
Yeah. No, I'm just visiting my husband. So you guys gonna be moving? Yeah, she's a friend of mine. I haven't seen her for a long time. They're all the three boys and everybody's taking out the bus for her now. So I think I'm gonna move to BC. I have a boy to go there.
This sign up will go to March for you. Yeah, poor Route 9, the same driver had 3 change-offs. And he was walking by us, I could tell he was frustrated.
Like that. That's, yeah. Something to look forward to.
And they all gave him these.
Huh?
They all gave him these XD40s. It doesn't matter what you've been given, they were all breaking down in the cold.
Yeah, you just want to go home, eh?
And how about the driver who has to relieve you if you need a change off 3 times? A lot of it was heating issues when it was cold. The heat wasn't working. A lot of it's engine related too. Like that leakage you had with 80/20. I imagine there was a lot of antifreeze leaks or stuff freezing over. In a bus they haven't used in a while, they probably just ran it, took it out to make sure everything was running properly. The mechanics probably were working double time. Stop right where Route 10 does. The 10 used to be a big route.
I know, I used to like doing that.
Didn't it go all the way up to Dalhousie and stuff?
The whole way up to Hunt Road and 16th Avenue.
Yeah. But then you had 16th Avenue North, you had...
Yeah, it used to go down the big hill up on Road and out to 6th and then turn. You go down Bonus Road a little bit
come all the way back downtown and go all the way back to Anderson, but you had different train locations. You could get up from Chinook, City Hall, or Anderson.
I used to like the River. It was a nice route.
Oh, but if you signed on it in the summertime, it's hot and all the buses come out of Vic there.
Yeah.
You only did 2 trips and you were done for the day. It was awesome because it was a 4-hour trip, Mr. County.
Oh man. So you didn't have to switch barely at all. That was your route and that was it.
That was it.
It was probably one of the longest bus routes in transit history at one time.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yes, I'm gonna find it later so I can. The poor Route 5, and that bus is busy.
I know.
Oh, and on this trip too. Or no, not yet, because it's not back there yet until.
Tomorrow. I'm trying to get. If I don't talk to you later tonight,
And if you wanted to cut the service, keep the 4th bus on for a certain time and then just go to 3 when it gets less busy. That's what I would do. Like maybe do this. You bring it on at 3 o'clock and then you go out of service at like 6:30. Wow, I'm so glad you didn't sign on that again. That wasn't the one they canceled though. It was the one. Wow. Which is understandable. You don't need to run till 1 in the morning, but at the same time, there may be some stragglers out. The 5, depending on what one they cancel, may just run until close to midnight. Like the one you did, the 2412. I would run the 3 till 1 in the morning though, just because. I think they should extend the 3 to at least 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Doesn't the 3 one run all day during Stampede, right? Or close to that? Like, I think during Stampede, they don't go out of service till 1:30, 2 o'clock. And it's always Arctics on the 3 during the stampede time. People would be so mad if they canceled the 3 because that's their normal commute.
Yeah.
They may take the 3 and then go on the 301 because it may go by their school and stuff. I would not want to do the 3 during rush hour with all the kids.
No.
Maybe get a 3 bus after that that's only half busy. And some drivers like the Arctics and some don't.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Even the Arctics were being changed off in the cold.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Good, good. It's finally warm.
Yeah, thank you. Quite nice that.
Oh, I did not go out very much in that cold snap.
I think you did.
A couple times a week, maybe at most.
Wow.
But I stayed on the trains where it was warm.
Oh, okay.
The trains are heated, right? So
Yeah. I was wondering if I would see you.
I tried to get your bus on the 23rd of December out there. What was it? A couple days before Christmas.
I was on holiday.
Oh, right. Oh, that's probably what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I was on holiday for 2 weeks.
I wasn't sure if you were off, and I'm like, oh, it's probably holiday.
Yeah, no, I was off for 2 weeks on holiday.
How is this bus today?
Nice and warm, it's good.
Oh, you should have seen how many breakdowns there were with the buses because of the cold.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, on Route 9 one day, there was 3 change-offs.
No way.
And they were all XD40s, probably a hose blew or something.
Oh, probably.
Fluid leak. Imagine if they gave you 80-20 again today.
Well, I'm lucky. I get these buses every day.
And you may get the same one days in a row because they only have so many airports.
Yeah.
There's what? At least 10 of them, I would think.
I think the 8 airport buses go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the 20 this morning?
Not too bad. A little busier than what it has been.
That route's always occupied.
Yeah. It's been good. Thank you.
Are the school kids back or no?
They'll be back today.
Oh, so the school runs would be back in service.
Yeah.
The express routes are still going.
Yeah, I guess so. I really don't know.
Yeah, because you don't go down there anymore.
No.
Well, you kind of.
I'm out of downtown before they start.
Oh yeah. How was Christmas?
It was good, and you?
Oh, it was good. Had a pork roast out of the slow cooker. Gravy, mashed potatoes. I had some of those toffee treats. The toffees,
Oh, okay.
the Christmas toffees, man, they were good.
Right on.
I see why you eat your baked goods before Christmas. Did you end up eating it all before Christmas?
You know what? I think I threw some of it out the other day. We didn't eat it all.
What? That, you love your baked stuff.
I know, but yeah, no, it sat there and sat there and sat there and I ended up throwing it out.
But you ate a good chunk of it, I'm assuming. Especially the older equipment in the cold, like the 7700s kept breaking down.
Oh, is that right?
Well, they're over 20 years old now. Some of them gonna be 21 this year. But even these were struggling too when it was cold. I hate when you get a bus with no heat, especially when it's cold. But you must request a change off right away. Like if it's a day like today, then I think you would be alright.
Oh yeah, it's fine out today.
But in minus 30 with no heat, minus 40 wind chill,
Yeah, it's cold.
no thanks.
Especially when you got the cold air coming through the hole in the door.
Yeah, that's from wear and tear though too, right? You should see the old trains. You want cold air to come through, it comes right through because the rubber's almost all gone on the doors.
That's for sure. Yes.
I haven't ridden this bus yet in my life, so no. Because I've been on so many buses over the years when I took transit before I started fanning. I don't remember being on these.
Oh, okay. You haven't done the 300 yet.
I actually have done parts of it, yes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do the whole trip. I would go downtown and catch the number 3.
Oh, okay.
The 3's a good route during the day.
Yes.
I like the 3's frequency a lot.
Yes.
They'll be putting extra buses on now.
They've taken buses off.
Pardon?
They've taken buses off the routes. They started it today.
Really?
Yeah. Some of the drivers found out Friday afternoon their runs are canceled for today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Not a lot of less ridership though, too, right?
I don't know what, if it's because there's not enough drivers or what, I don't know.
Probably some of the express routes got affected. Probably. When they go and cancel some routes, the express routes get the brunt of that.
Well, they canceled one of the workers at school, so I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, driver, I couldn't see out the windows. I wasn't sure where I was.
Well, you're at your stop. There's